Housing is healthcare, and housing really is the solution.
It's been 5 days since the City of Vancouver issued the decampment of tents on the Downtown Eastside, and the Hospital Employees Union is calling the decampment a cruel and dehumanizing practice.
People who are unhoused have been displaced. They become socially isolated.
Mike Old from the Hospital Employees Union says those displaced are at risk of health issues.
Greater risk of exposure to the elements, greater risk of mental health issues connected with the lack of sleep and other issues. And also people will be more vulnerable to a toxic drug supply when they're isolated.
In a statement to City News, the City of Vancouver says because of increasing public safety concerns and risk of fires, they had to move forward with bringing the encampment to a close.
They will end up in local emergency rooms and in other health services. Those health services are already under a tremendous amount of stress, and this is just going to create more pressure.
The city says the decampment was necessary. More than 370 fires on East Hastings Street have occurred over the last 8 months. 4 people have already been injured this year. Old says the union has experience when people are forced out of their living situation, as they have over 50,000 workers across the province.
It's including folks who work at St. Paul's Hospital and in some of the services in the Downtown Eastside. So our members are up close and personal with what happens when people are displaced from whatever shelter they have.
The City of Vancouver says since August, 90 people have been housed and over 150 have been provided with a shelter bed. Some in the East Hastings encampment have housing, and others are there for other reasons, such as vending or socializing.
It's pretty clear that there were not kind of accessible and adequate housing options available for people who've been displaced by this action. And our concern is that that is leaving folks socially isolated, and that is going to make their health outcomes even worse.
Old says there needs to be a better permanent housing solution.
People in government at all levels really need to focus on developing housing which is adequate and accessible.
In Vancouver, Angela Bauer, City News.